In this problem, we want to do 3 different conversions of length. 45 inches we want to convert to feet, 45 miles we want to convert to yards, and 9.6 yards we want to convert to feet. So let's start with the top one, 45 inches, and we want to convert that to feet. So we look up in our chart here, and we have 1 foot is 12 inches. So we're going to put the 12 inches in the denominator here and the 1 foot here. And that's because we want to be able to cross out our inches so that we end up with only feet. Numerator times numerator is 45. Denominator times denominator, we can put a 1 in that denominator, is 12. And then on our calculator, we want to divide those two up. We will get a decimal in this case. And we can see on our calculator, 45 divided by 12 is 3.75, and that is an acceptable answer on this problem. So 3.75 feet in this case. And so in this next part here, we want to convert 45 miles to yards. Now, yards we have right here, but that's converting to feet. And so ours is in miles, so we have to look to over here where it converts 1 mile to feet. So what we'll have to do is convert a mile to a foot and then a foot to a yard. So we're going to have to do a double conversion here. So let's start with our 45 miles. And we know that our fraction will have to have miles here. So we're going to start with this one, this conversion here, where we have 1 mile is 5,280 feet. And that will help us cross out the miles. Now we have our answer, once we do multiply, is going to be in feet. But we don't want that. We want it in yards. And so we'll have to look at our second conversion here, where we want to convert feet to yards. And so since foot is in the numerator here, we want to have feet in the denominator here. So this is where our 3 feet will go, and our 1 yard will go in the numerator so that we can cancel these feet out. So now that we have that, we can multiply across the top here, 45 times 5,280 times 1. And we can see on Desmos that that answer is quite large, 237,600. And multiplying our denominators, 1 times 1 times 3, we get 3. So now we want to divide those two. And so we could see, dividing those two, we have 79,200. And since we crossed out all of our units of measurement except yards, our answer is in yards. So 79,200 yards. And our last conversion is from 9.6 yards to feet. And so we have a direct conversion here of 1 yard equaling 3 feet. So let's start with our 9.6 yards. And we want to convert that to feet. So we're going to have yards in our denominator so that those two units cross out. So that's our 1 yard. And our 3 feet goes in the numerator. And so we'll have numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. The denominator being 1 is not relevant in this case. We don't need it. So we're just going to be multiplying the numerators together. 9.6 times 3 will give us 28.8 feet. And so we've converted all 3 of those.